up to speed, up to speed, up to speed.
Live from the apocalypse. Correlation is not causation. This is state of the game. Now,
Was-
I am Dano, your humble podcaster here. Freemusicempire, Don Dada, so to speak. The My spam has not figured me out.
Right.
My spam doesn't know what I do.
That's good.
They're like, "Do you want beats? Do you want to DJ a fashion show?" Like they don't know what I do.
It's in this
And
day and age with AI and everything, it's good to be mysterious in that sense. So they can't pin you down.
I'm in a weird pocket where they're like, "I don't get what you're trying to do," which is cool. The I am joined here every week by someone who is old fashioned, to the point where if you do him wrong, he will slap you with a glove and challenge you to a duel. Like he'll set a time,
Absolutely. Never
Oh
never with
shit.
their hands.
slap you with a glove, and send you a calendar invite, bro.
Damn.
You know?
Modern with the duels.
Yep. Yep.
Get the Outlook invite, put it on the calendar.
Yep. So I appreciate you, being here every week. Baba Booey. Um, so we are joined here, not your friendly neighborhood Kane, you know, um, not just the gentle massaging Kane. We're talking about Killer Kane.
What's
So,
up?
someone who's been on my radar for a long time, I've appreciated for a long time, and was perfect for something I had in mind, producer spotlight edition, uh,
Okay.
to really start showcasing people that I think are doing great work. So yeah, I'm excited to dig in to what you do, because you do have 2000 XL, a Space Odyssey that just dropped,
Yes,
uh,
sir. Yes, sir.
and people are buzzing about it and really enjoying that. So we're hitting at the right time here. Um, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the invite. I've done more podcasts, I think, in the last couple months with the release, oh, wrong side, the release of Drugs with
Drug
Q No
money.
rap name, Phil. Yeah, drug. I always do that. I read that the dollar signs as S's, but the
Yeah.
release of Drug Money, I think we've done like three or four now, and I'm like, all right, I'm getting used to this now. I'm settling in settling in. But I appreciate being. Am I the first producer spotlight?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
let's go.
we've had producers on, but this is the first of this kind of
Spotlight. The
thing.
spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, and interesting, the drug that like that the title of that album is such a good indicator of how deep Teller Banks' lyricism is,
Yeah, man.
that you're just like, oh, is that drugs? Oh no, wait, those are money stuff. Is this drug money? Like it's
Mhm.
they're so you look at it three, four ways, and then you're like, oh
double double entendres everywhere, triple entendres. I mean, he was barring out on that album. I'm
yeah,
I'm still catching stuff I was missing the first couple listens on it. Multiple, more than a couple. That's one of those projects where like I enjoy listening to it as being part of it, and
yep,
it's like in my daily rotation. Not to say like I don't know, I don't like what I'm working on all the time, but it's one of those ones like I'm going back to, and I am still learning new things about it.
yeah,
It's cool.
yeah. I mean, when you focused on something like that, you a lot of times after it's done, you move on, dude.
Yeah,
You need a
yeah,
break. You know what I mean? You need a break. You need to like stretch out, do some other shit, you know?
yeah, yeah,
Um, and so to say like I actually want to go back and let's do it more, like that's a big thing.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the biggest compliment to ourselves, and we have another whole project done. I think I'm not breaking. I don't think I'm breaking the news, but we got a whole, literally we talked about it on Rap Music. What
Plug podcast, yeah.
yeah, Plug Podcast, and after we recorded that episode, he recorded 8 more songs for that project. With me, Filth, Q, and Ayashi. Like we got 40 more minutes worth of unheard material that is also in my daily rotation now. That just
Wow,
keeps, yeah,
that's great. Yeah,
yeah, it's awesome.
we gotta get there. Where I wanted to start. So the premise to me, and really the premise of this producer spotlight situation is that I almost think, and I didn't put it in the breakdown. I wanted to make sure it didn't come off as insulting. Uh,
No, yeah, no, it did not.
so the status element of the creative world is something I've always been uncomfortable with.
Mm,
Because like sometimes people be like, "Do you get nervous before these things?" I'm like, totally nervous, but it's not rational. It's not like a big name makes me nervous.
right.
You know? Like I was going through it nervous before I interviewed Mighty Healthy, and he had only been making beats for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
But I was so excited about how good he was, right? So my correlation is the town, right? I'm excited for the town. So the status, the hubbub, all that stuff, like to me, it creates environments where I'm thinking about it like a stockbroker, and I'm
okay.
like, I'm buying stock now.
Yeah, I feel you. I
I,
feel
you
you.
know, and I wanted this to be kind of those stock recommendation picks of like, dude, if you're a great rapper out there, instead of spending, all this crazy money on a, you know, producer that's half paying attention and gonna give you one of the beats that sounds all the same,
Yeah,
like peel a little bit of that off and give it to Kane,
yeah,
and
a little, just a little.
it's
Not asking for much. I'm
it's
pretty affordable, I think.
good investment. You're affordable now. You're
Yeah,
affordable
yeah.
now.
Facts, facts.
But like that's what I think you're a bit of a secret weapon here. And I wanted to come at it from that perspective. And that's why there's only one place to start with this discussion.
All right, all right. I feel like I know where it's going.
There are very few people in this underground that are better at being underrated than Sequence.
That's a fact. That's the homie too. Like I don't even know how long I've been working with Sequence at this point. Like that's just my dog. And it can rap his ass off. Like
Yeah.
yeah, and a good dude. Like he just cares about the music. That's the best part. Like he's made so many. He's the reason I know Teller Banks. Like
Right. Right.
he's the reason I've worked with Teller Banks. Like he got a Nicholas F verse on one of our joints. Like that's the homie, and he's a glue or like at least like you said, like the person that gets overlooked almost to a degree in his part in a lot of this underground scene that we're part of.
Hey, that statement, when I said that, you had an interesting look. He's the best at being underrated.
Yeah. What does that mean? I was
Yeah.
trying to comprehend what that actually means.
That's one of Kay's jobs here is to make sure that I explain what the hell I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
It's an
important. A
interesting
lot of this
turn
shit
of
lives in
phrase.
my
Yeah.
head. So when we interviewed um, Sequence, he talked about Billy Hoyle, right? As like and I always thought like what like the Billy Hoyle metaphor of him being Billy Hoyle just proves how well he knows himself. Like the character of Billy Hoyle goes around hustling people because he knows they think he's a rube.
Yeah, yeah,
And so he hustles these motherfuckers and is always more than they think he is.
yeah.
And
I mean,
that's
I see where you're
yeah.
coming from. The angle, the Billy Hoyle angle, the moniker that he's put on himself with those 3 tapes.
It's and so to me, I was like, oh, she know like, and so he's great at being like, oh, you didn't know that I could get to this level. Well, that's awesome, and he's always pushing for better and cleaner, more professional work, um, because he knows that's going to fuck people up, you know. To become more and more polished with what he does, that's what fucks people up. And I think so and he surrounds himself with just killers, right? Like just people who are
Literally.
excellent, you know? Yeah, I mean, and like
Yeah.
we're talking like Teller, Sleep, right? Like Prose, like all these people, Barry Morrow, like all those people are in his circle. And I was just like when I first heard Barry Morrow, I was like, damn, Sequence has got his own Lloyd Banks. What the
That's,
fuck? Like,
I've never heard Barry compared to Lloyd Banks. That's funny. I've always thought of Barry as Lil Wayne and Haji mixed together
ooh,
because
okay.
Lil Wayne's his biggest inspiration, but like he kind of raps a little bit like Haji to
Yeah.
me. That's my like yeah, that's my dog in real life. And we got introduced again through the internet, just Sequence hearing music and being like, yo, like let's work together. I really like your stuff. And forming a friendship off that. And yeah, I mean, he's not afraid to get on a song with somebody that has a pen just as strong as him. You know what I mean? Like he's not afraid. He doesn't back down from verses. He doesn't back down from features. Like, you know, going toe to toe with people like Teller Banks, that's one of the most prolific,
Yeah.
rappers in the sense of like, dude has on top of what we have, so many other projects in the tuck, and like, not being afraid to go toe to toe with that type of energy.
Yep. Yeah, it's almost like Sequence grew a garden in the desert. You know what I'm saying? Like,
In Alabama, yeah, where people didn't think good rappers could come from, I feel like.
right. It's not like a deep scene of incredible, and he's talked about it, right? First time we talked, he's like, dude, it's just me and my people here. Like, there's
Yeah,
no scene. So like he's had to create his own network, you know,
yeah, yeah,
um, of people that are like slept on, but they're much better than anyone knows they are. And he targets those people, and that's one of the ways I knew you were.
yeah, yeah. That's the way a lot of people know me is from our work over the years together is him, you know, especially helping me get my music out from just my local scene. And like what Flip a Beat Club and stuff, and like meeting those people have helped me do like Sequence was one of the first people to be like, yo, I'll pay you for your beat. Like I'll buy a beat from you. And like there's times where I'm like, dude, you don't gotta pay me for a beat. Like, whatever. Like we're homies at this point. Like it's organic. I like what you're doing, you like what I'm doing. And he does that for a lot of people. He makes sure people get the respect they deserve and the respect for their time, which, in this is, if you don't know somebody off rip, you should be paying them for what they're doing. Don't go in he doesn't go in expecting free stuff. He knows that like you're putting time into what you're doing. I'm putting time into what I'm doing. I will show you that respect for what you are giving me, you know? And I've always appreciated that about him. Like he's put food on my table, so to speak, with like mixing, mastering,
Yeah.
not even just beat purchases alone. Like most of his music I've mixed and mastered, and he makes sure people know that and know that their time is worth it when you're working with him.
And the other thing, okay, like so he's dealing with someone who's like you got to bring back to like what he just talked about, Sequence finding Killer Kane, being one of the first people to pay him for a beat, and like Kane is not really fully formed yet, but you're handing him the keys to do a lot of important things for you, right? And so Killer Kane has grown as a producer over the years in Sequence's music.
Yeah, yeah,
That's wild to think about. Like if you think about it, he's mixed and mastered all the projects, gotten better at mixing and mastering along the way. To be able to trust someone to do that is an insane situation.
And I'll be honest, I am terrible at responding to texts and everything, and he's patient with that as well. Because like, once I'm locked in and doing something, I make sure you get what I'm working on, even if I don't answer your text right away. I'm seeing it and I'm getting to work on what you had asked me to do, type shit. And yeah, it's helped me practice a lot and get better. Like he's not the easiest to mix. He's got that raspy
Crazy.
cigarette flow. Like, like smoked 100 cigarettes like in the booth, and I got to get that sounding crisp and clean and cutting through the beat without it hurting your ears, just like any other mix, right? But like
Yeah.
it's a nice challenge, and I feel like I can mix sequences stuff easy now. And it's like with any other rapper, you work with them multiple times, like, oh, all right, I know where your voice is sitting in whatever range. But like him trusting me, like you said, like really helped me get better at my craft in general. Like while I'm working on beats, like also mixing and mastering, which then helps me get better at mixing my own beats and all of that, like getting paid in experience, so to speak, like where I wouldn't normally get it as much as I was with his output. Like he's prolific too. Like he's dropping videos on Twitter sometimes like 17 in a day. I'm like, so down. These are so good. Let people sit with one of them. But like you gotta respect it. Like he's got the output. We're in the dump god era where people are just like, I'm putting out music. Like I got this on my chest. I'm letting it out.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It's was there a turning point project with Sequence where you were like, "Oh shit, I'm putting this together."
Oh man, that's a good question. I'm about to have to pull up his Bandcamp to see what project what Fulgore, maybe Fulgore, if I'm thinking off the top of my head. Um I'm going to his Bandcamp real quick because my one thing is he's also so prolific where he's putting mixes to get like I'm also a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So like he's putting together songs that I didn't get to master yet or like whatever, and he's putting them out. And to me, I'm like I could have done that better.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I think, oh man, looking at it, writing 2017. I don't know if I mixed a handful of writing, but I think where I got really really hit my stride was probably Lake Water or
Yeah.
Wonder if Hell has a buffet. Um, maybe Wonder if Hell has a buffet. I started hitting like, oh, okay, like I'm understanding mixing a little bit better. But like
And what
even
year was
then,
that? What year was that?
that was I think 2019.
2019. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, 2019, top of 2019. But even that, I know if I go back and listen to it now, I'm gonna hear stuff like I could have done this. I should like I'm the I'm the type that like sits there and tells you why the song that you're telling me you like isn't good. You know what I mean? Like I don't like that song that you're telling me that of mine that you love because of these reasons, and now you're noticing those things that I just pointed out. I'm my own worst enemy. But
Yeah.
but I think Wonder if Hell has a buffet, I really started to hit like my stride in mixing and getting stuff down. I mean, I went to school for audio engineering, but I moved out, needed a full-time job, so it became more of a side hustle than my full-time job, right? Which I'm still in my full-time job, but I'm still able to do all this on the side and have this skill, so to speak. It is a skill, not even so to speak, but
Right.
like
Right.
being able to do this and being, like you said, given the keys to do this. But yeah, Wonder if Hell has a buffet 2019. I probably started getting more comfortable with my mixes with our stuff. I think Budget Cuts too. I think I could have done way better. I love that album. I think that was underrated of ours, but like I wasn't anywhere. Like I wasn't. I had probably 500 followers on Twitter, and like I mean, I'm still barely getting streams or anything like that, but like I wasn't as known like that then. But like there's a lot of those beats that I love, and I think I dropped the ball a little bit on those mixes. But again, I'm the type that's gonna tell you why the thing you like
Sure.
that I did is bad.
Yep.
And it's definitely a I gotta stop doing that if I want more streams and people to purchase my stuff. But it's just who I am, you
And
know?
producers are heavily like that from when we talk to producers, I think producers are always looking for what's out of place.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And so they're always like, fuck that.
That
There's a
one
thing there.
fucking snare. If I could have took that one snare out, yeah, it's the story of my life.
Yeah. Whereas a lot of rappers, it's a confidence game. So
Yeah,
like they come from it from a different place, you know?
yeah, yeah. And I had to, luckily with like him, I'd send him songs, he'd send me verses back. And since I'm mixing it, if I didn't like something that was in the beat, I have the freedom to be like, oh yeah, cool, I can change this part right here. I can fix what was really bothering me. Where on like the other side, Teller is like mixing and mastering his own stuff. So as soon as he gets that shit, it is recorded, mixed, and mastered, and you gotta be happy with the product you are giving him, which is a good thing for me in the sense of like, all right, I'm not leaving I'm not exporting this till I'm happy with it, as opposed to where I was at before with stuff where it's like stuff I'm not happy with it, but I get the chance to fix it post production, you
Mm,
know.
that's dope. Yeah, it's and it's good to be able to like learn how to do it stem to stern, but then
Mhm.
also learn how to let go of that end of it.
Yeah, yeah. I've been in the last couple of years, like last 2 years, I've been big on myself. Like I used to be like, all right, I'm gonna work on half this beat, I'll come back later. I'm more so like I'm finishing this beat and I'm exporting it and I'm gonna be happy with it when I'm done with it. But that's also just getting better at what I'm doing, right? Like where I can leave that session and not think I need to go back, do this, that, and the other. But it's a mental game. It's like it's two
Yeah.
things. It's the skill and it's the mental, like, no, it's good what it is. Cool.
Yeah. The best question, or maybe I would say the most confusing question you can ask a producer is when do you think the beat is finished? How do you know the beat is finished?
Who somebody asked that to a painter. Was that Dali or Picasso? I don't know, one of them. Maybe I'm probably wrong on both of them, but it's never finished. I mean, you could have a beat that you think is done, and then somebody could add on to it later, and it ends up on a project you didn't think it was going to end up on, right? Like the beat's done when you say it's done, but like there's always a time where it can be, you know, made fresh again, so to speak.
That's always the answer is that it's never done. And I was like,
Yeah,
it doesn't feel good. Like it's
yeah, yeah,
done.
yeah. But it's like
Um,
life. It's a cycle. You can't escape it. Like it's gonna be there whether you think it's done or not, and it's gonna be there when you think yeah, it's a cycle.
you may not have found done yet, but you found a way to say goodbye.
Yeah, yeah. Where you
But
can't get caught. Yeah, you can't get caught up too much. You're like, all right, cool. I've exhausted this idea. I don't want to do anything more to it right now in this present moment. And like I said, it's like a mental thing too. Like you gotta tell yourself if I keep going back and fixing this thing, it's not going to be the thing that I started with.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the reasons I wanted to start with Killer Kane with this was Killer Kane to me doesn't have a specific thing, you know? Like Scott Storch's thing was the piano, right? Because he used to play piano for the Roots. Like they were like, oh
And
man, his
cocaine.
piano's crazy, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. But and like Primo's drums or whatever, you know what I mean? I, it's not like there's a Killer Kane type of beat, you know? Um, to me, it's just a feeling of I don't know, maybe something that grows to be really graceful and refined in a way, and you're like, damn, this would be a knucklehead banger in anybody else's hands, but it's like a Rolls Royce of knucklehead banger, you know? Um, and so that's the only thing I could do. But there was you've done a lot of different kinds of production. Do you do people come to you with any sort of signature or expectation, or are you like
No, I don't like to do customs, per se. And even when people are come to me like I'm looking for this type of beat, and I talk about this with like Q and Dan and the homie Ayashi and like all my producers. Like I'm not making beats for you, right? Like I'm making beats because I gotta make beats. Like I gotta do it. Like it's
right?
I've been making beats for 15 years to not 15. I haven't been making beats for 15 years, maybe 13. Anyway, I'm not making beats for you, right? Like I'm making beats because this is what I need to get off my chest or my mind, or I just need to move my hands and do something. And I can't let my creative expression be determined by like, oh, I need I don't know, a lucky type beat, like whatever. Like I don't know if I got that. You can go through this folder I have and tell me what you like, right? I don't like going back and changing stuff that like I don't really do that either unless you've got a bag and I got the time. But like
Right.
and I'm in the mood. I gotta be in the mood, right? It's gotta be one of those things like, if I'm in a session like with somebody like Barry, he'll tell me to go a certain way and I'll maybe do a little bit of that. But like even when I go into a session and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make some trap type shit today. And nope. Like as soon as I try to start, I start making something else. Like I can't just make, I'm not a, I'm not Hal, right?
Right.
To go to 2001 A Space Odyssey. Like I'm not a robot. I use machines, but like when people come to me, I go, this is what I got. If you like something on here, let me know. I could double it. I could maybe take drums out. And if you're looking for more stuff like just let me know what you're looking for. But like usually my folder of stuff, unless I'm approaching people, is just like and even with 2000 XL, the Space Odyssey, like it's here's these beats I made. What talks to you?
Yeah, some people respond to prompts like positively, right? Like,
Yeah,
I'm sure there's some producers out there that you could walk up to and be like, "You need to make beats that people can wear leather jackets to." And
yeah,
they'd be like, "That makes sense to me. I'm on it." Some people be like, "Leather jackets? What are you talking? Like, get out of here with that shit."
yeah,
And that seems like where you're at with it. You're just gonna follow the flow of what you're doing.
yeah. And I don't know. I had an aversion to tight beats. Like I'm not making beats to put up on YouTube and say Griselda type beat. I'm
Right,
not
right.
doing that, like, and
Yeah.
I don't want rappers like hitting me up like you got Griselda type beats. Like, I don't know. I listen to Griselda. There might be some inspiration in there. Check out what you like. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not, it depends on the person, the relationship, the approach too, right? Like, if it's somebody I fuck with and I'm trying to make the collab happen, like, I might try it, but like, I don't like being approached like that. Like it's my creative expression and you're looking to get your creative expression off. Like if you want to type beat, go to YouTube. And I'm sure shitty rappers are going to start doing the AI beats with
Sure.
this
Sure.
Sora 2 using sound and all this new shit. Like there's going to be an influx of somebody just getting an AI Alchemist beat and it's going to be that it's generated from a thousand different Alchemist beats and
Right,
it's
right, right, right.
like yeah, and I'm not doing prompts. That's definitely for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And don't people do not create an AI K Diggy response engine. That's not right.
It's just not gonna, and even if they do, it's not gonna ever be like
No,
it
it's not
only
gonna
has the AI up until the moment that shit was created.
right.
Like they got a Stan Lee AI at these comic things, and it's like you don't have his inner thoughts, you don't have his inner
No.
dialogue that makes him
He's just
respond
giving
to
you
these things.
buzzwords, right? He's just
Yeah, like
giving you buzzwords and shit. Yeah.
yeah, like it's not, you're not ever getting the real thing anymore. Now it's just an imitation of the real thing and you'll never get it. Like, and that's not what I'm here to do. And that's what nobody in the creative field should be here to do. Like, you're here to create, like that's what we're trying to do, right?
The big distinction, like what like we're trying to give you the concentrate.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
if you want to water down from there, you go ahead and water down from there. Remix it,
yeah.
do whatever you want to do. But I'm giving you the concentrate. I'm here to give you the concentrate.
Yeah, man, I'm giving you my time and experience, and those types of things are just a bullet point of that experience and not the actual experience. So you're immediately not getting what you're trying to generate because it's all based off stuff that it can't do itself, and only has up until that point. Just like a clone, like I get cloned right now. As soon as we start living that the separate lives, we are now different people. We are only the same up until that moment.
That's awesome. So the looking at your evolution as a producer, as you said, doing this for 13 years, what you're telling the story of Killer Kane. What prod what projects are you pointing out as like this was the turning point?
Hmm. That's a good question. Um, that is a good question. I remember when I first started, I did like the challenge. I'm gonna drop a beat tape every month, and I did like the volume series I did back in, I think that was 2015. But if I was to put like if somebody asked me to put on something now, I think the thing I would start with is Big Man Little Table. Um, that I dropped. Shit, was that during COVID? I don't know. I Big Man Little Table is where I started to be like, okay, I like my music now. This is where you need to start listening. Um, and I have music that I like from the past, but again, it's that nitpicking thing where it's like I can go back and listen to all this stuff I did pre Big Man Little Table and tell you everything I would do differently right now and why I don't want to listen to what we're playing. Only for nostalgia's sake would I be like, oh shit, I remember making that. Like I was dumb as hell. Like I was doing,
Mhm.
and there's not a right way to do any of this, and I say that all the time, but like for me, there's a right way I want to do it, and there's something like what I want to put out, right? But I would say Big Man Little Table is where I would tell people like pick up from there. Like you don't need to read the prequels. You could start at Big Man Little Table.
Hmm.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny.
And what was it about Big Man Little Table that was the turning point for you?
I I found how I like to mix my beats. I think I always kind of had this style that I was, and not even style per se, but like I liked my music, and every time when I came back to stuff, the reason I didn't like it is because of the way I mixed it, and because I'd hear other people's stuff and be like, man, they got their kicks like, their kicks are sharp, like their kick not sharp, but like their kicks are cutting through, like this, that, the other, like samples blended nice. Oh, there's not clips like cutting, like you don't hear that sharp noise when
Yeah.
somebody's sampling, like all these types of things that like I don't know, like even Big Man Little Table, I could probably go back and find some things where I'm like I didn't love that, but I feel like I found my pocket that I've been trying to go for. Um, that like I wouldn't have gotten there without the experience of making all those other projects. But Big Man Little Table is where I like really believed in the project I was putting out as a project. I liked some of the beats I would do for Sequence, for Barry, for Sleep.
Right.
Voodoo Kit, right? Voodoo Kit with Sleep is a great project. But I go back and listen to that and I say to myself, like, I mixed this terribly. I can't enjoy this the way I should. And, again, it's mixing for me, like finding how I want to blend everything together, how to get the kicks to cut through, how to get the snares to cut through without being the whole beat, how to, you
Right.
know, blend stuff properly, master, like that's where I like hit my like, oh, okay, cool. Like, and I got the art for it. The homie Gutter Doodles sent me the draft and I don't know if you can see it because oh you can't now I look dumb. Hold on, let me
We're
yeah, the
good.
homie Gutter Doodle. I got the physical work for it, right? Like I got the original draft that he sent me, and then the final. that I got, and my wife got it framed for me. I think for my last, or for the year that came out. Um, and I don't know. It's the first one where I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Like I can show somebody this, and they might actually be impressed a little bit.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, I mean, it's the way you described the proper mixing and mastering. It was funny, and like in my head, I was like, that's kind of how I feel about smoothies.
Yeah,
You ever
honestly though, that's a
get a
good way to put
smoothie, and
it.
you're like, man, this shit is all banana.
Yeah, yeah.
You
You
know?
put too much banana in, it's cutting through too much, you know? Or
Yeah.
like you didn't blend it long enough, and now you got a chunky ass smoothie that you're chewing through. And
The opposite does happen where sometimes you take a sip and you're like, man, this mixture is perfect. Like this
yeah,
chemistry is on right now.
and it's the same ingredients. You
Yep.
just mixed it a little better. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, it's a smoothie, like
Yep.
the what's the thickness of the smoothie and the blended, like you, oh man, I could taste every blueberry that I just had in this versus like, ah, yes, the blueberry and banana complement each other very well.
Another successful metaphor, Kay.
Yeah, I gotta pop a fan on real quick. Hold on.
Market,
Yeah.
dude. We did it. We did it. But yeah, that's the interesting part also about his example of Big Man Little Table is that the project that I have as my turning point for Kane is before that, just a little bit.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
so it's Blue Beach with Rich Jones.
And that was the same, that was in that same window too, though. So like that is a special project. Now, if you're asking about project like rapper producer projects, then like, there were times where I was still like I was finding a stride in a lot of that stuff. And Blue Beach, you know, Rich is a homie. Rich is a homie. Like I'm really happy with what we did. That is the first release I made a tangible amount of money on. And, again, Rich respecting my time in it and his time in it. And we made something that I'm in a fucking magazine from that shit in the UK. Like I went to Barnes and Noble and bought a magazine with a Blue Beach blurb. Like it's a, yeah, Blue Beach, but I think Blue Beach was during COVID. Now I got to go to band camp again
Yes,
because I don't know.
2021. 2021.
I smoke too much weed, man.
2021. Yeah. Yeah, it was
But yeah, that Blue Beach was a great project, and a lot of those beats, those are some of my first 404 beats. I didn't always make stuff on the 404, and that's where that's where like I started with that. And I do gotta say too, there are now. Wow, I forgot about all the projects I did, huh? I just wrote off a lot of shit. Um, but like, yeah, Blue Beach is a great project, and that made a lifetime friend off of that. You know what I mean? Like Rich is the man.
I was that was definitely a turning point where like I've talked about this before where like there's a few turning points for me as a listener, right? The first, I've told this K a bunch of times, is now you're a name that's stuck in my head. I'll never forget your name now because that was good enough for me to remember your name, right?
I love that. Yeah,
That's the first stage. And but then there's another level where it's like, oh shit, this is serious. This person's serious, right?
yeah,
They when you hit a level of whoa, like because Rich has been around for a long time, making rap at an elite level for a long time,
hmm
and I told Rich, I said, real Rich Jones fans love Blue Beach. Like, we know Blue Beach. Like, so you made something that's special and unique within that special and unique catalog. Um, and I was just like, damn, this is a different level to me. Uh,
yeah,
and so that's always a project that to me is like a real important, place.
yeah, yeah, for sure, definitely. It's me too. I really wish I got the vinyl of that. I don't think I ever got the vinyl of that. I should have. I should have bought the vinyl. But yeah, it's tough to pinpoint, and like, sometimes we're making so much music, I forget what I've made. Like I'm looking at this, I'm like, damn, all right, well, I had Open Casket that had Jamonte on there, and um I love that one joint on there a lot. What was that? Talking Legacy with my main bitch who paid. Like
Mhm.
that's a great, like there's songs in my catalog that I still love. Like don't get it twisted, but like Big Man Little Table is like where I was like, okay, my mixing, and now I can feel proud of what I'm putting out and show also people of who I respect in the sense of production, and I won't be paranoid that they're thinking like, ah, this sounds like shit, you know?
It sounds like what you're talking about is like your everyday standard changed, right? Like
Yeah,
it's almost like okay, me and we complain about this all the time, where you're like you see a great basketball player in the NBA, and you're like, yeah, you're great, but you're not great every night.
right, right.
The guys that you want to be like, that are at the top of the lists, they're great every night,
That's a fact.
and
That's a
like
fact.
so there comes a point where it's like you're either going to be great enough to make what you make, or you're going to push to the next level and be great every night.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
No, 1,000%.
You just saw that with Anthony Edwards, right? Last year, of him being like, look, I'm going to do this shit every night. Um, and I think that's where that standard shifts, probably 2022. Um, yeah, that makes
And
sense.
and thanks to COVID for like giving me like I don't like going out anyway. COVID gave me a reason to be like, hell yeah, I'm staying in. I'm making beats. Like I'm blocking in. I don't have an excuse. I can't do shit.
Yep.
Did you have an aha moment for you that took you to the next level, or was it just that you had made so much stuff that things started to finally click for you on that Big Man Little Table project?
I don't think I have like a pinpointed like aha moment.
Mhm.
I think it was like the mindset of like I'm overthinking shit and I'm doing too much, and it's like realizing like I don't need to it's over processing, right? Like I'll spend time with a beat and then like keep going back and changing the mix and changing the mix and changing the mix, and I still don't like it. And like now I'm able to get to that point where it's like, oh, I like how this is sounding. I don't want to push it over the ledge and not get back to it. Um, and I think that happened from the span of like from Open Casket, one of my second rapper like producer rapper tape, where I started to like find it a little bit, and like from there up to Big Man Little Table, I was like wading into the water more and more, and realizing like okay, like some of this I'm doing way too much. Like I don't need to do I don't need to put 17 EQs on something to get the snare I want. You know what I mean? It's just realizing like it's not as complicated as I'm making it. I just need to get my craft down, and yeah, and be happy with it. Like the Drifting Upstream series, like I have beats in there that I really like a lot. But there's ones where I could be like, you know, but it's like overthinking, really overthinking and realizing I'm doing too much. And I think a lot of people do that. Like you sit with something too long and you have time to go back and fuck up what the magic that you had caught in a bottle, you know, and now you lost it. The lightning escaped and you gotta recreate it, you know?
There was that legendary story of like um, one of Kay's favorite songs, "Heartbreaker" by Mariah Carey and Jay-Z.
That's a great song.
Classic.
The story, Mariah Carey was such a perfectionist. She always wanted to do more takes.
Yeah.
And there's a story that Jay like snuck out of the studio and was like on the run. They were like running after him, to get him to. He was like, "No, I'm out. Like I'm done."
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, that shit is everywhere. Kay, what did you listen to for Kane? What did you polish up on?
Uh, so I listened to, let me get the list out. So I listened to, what is it, 2000,
Oh,
2000
2000 XL.
XL,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Drug, I'm sorry, Drug Money.
Mhm.
Well,
And
either
then
or.
the Face Off series.
Oh,
Oh, I'm so
nice,
glad you listened to
nice.
the Face Off series.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
Hell yeah.
Let's talk about the Face Off series, bro.
Okay.
Um, it's it's such an uncommon situation for producers to like do that together.
Yeah. Yeah. And not like create a name around it. Like it's me and Filth. Like that came off that came from everybody mistaking me and Filth at places for the same person. And we're like, we got to make a tape called Face Off. And I always joke like I'm Nick Cage because I smoke weed and I drink beer. Like he doesn't drink beer, he doesn't smoke weed. I was like, you're John Travolta. Like
That
that's
makes
just
sense.
that's just what
Yeah,
it's gonna be.
I like that. And it's one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you because like I love your work so much individually, but you being able to evolve into someone that's great to work with and great to team up with people. Um, that's something a lot of people don't do.
Yeah.
Can't do. So, what did you learn doing the Face Off series about collaborating with another producer? What did you learn?
Well, I don't know. You just kind of you pick up different methods from people and not in like the I'm stealing your sauce and I'm gonna become you type of way, which is what Face Off the movie was about.
Yeah.
Not like stealing your sauce, but like, we've all seen the class. We didn't, by the way, we didn't see the Face Off before we made Face Off 1 or finished it. But now I've seen it and it's phenomenal. I mean, John Woo did
Oh
his
yeah.
fucking thing.
Oh yeah.
But you learn, certain things again that you may be overthinking and thinking like, wow, like you're right. Like I don't need to make drums and cut up samples in the same session. Like, Filth would come with drum, like, we're both working full time and, we got obligations we got to live up to outside of work on top of that. So like we're linking up after work one day and we only got 3 hours. Like I got to get to work early. He works from home, but like we still got work. So he'd come with like 15 drum loops. He's like, yeah, dude, like I work from home. So I'm just making drums at home. And he comes with drums. And then, he's got an ear for samples and he knows where to dig on YouTube. Sometimes we're doing vinyl, sometimes we're doing YouTube and
Right.
like coming prepared to those sessions and not just treating it and like we're homies, but not just treating it like a hangout, like having the intention to finish stuff going into it helps you finish those projects. And then just, again, like the way he cuts up a sample is not the way I cut up a sample, and you pick up those types of things.
You always, yeah. I mean, my perspective on that kind of thing is that trying to find a non-dickhead way to say it. No one's prepared for anything anymore. People
Yeah,
are being told
freestyling, like
in
we
the
were
different
talking
places,
about.
right? Right. If you prepare at all, 20 minutes
Just a little
of
bit.
preparation, bro.
Yeah, just
20
a
minutes
little
of
bit.
preparation, like that you're ahead of most of the people you're dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, and kudos to you guys, like, having the breakdown of at least what you want to touch on. Like, that's the first I've seen in a couple that I've been on. And even if it's not like, you're not taking it the most seriously in the sense of like everything needs to be followed to a T, but like knowing what to come in with and knowing how you can get the best out of a conversation or a session or just like knowing your intention going into something is even enough preparation than just being like, yeah, I'm gonna just go wing it.
That's the secret of the breakdown is the weekly breakdown is as much for me as it is for the guest. Like it's gearing me up. Like, oh, why did I book Killer Kane? Here's right. Like,
Yeah,
and I just rant about all the important things, and I put it all down, and I'm like, okay, this is my roadmap to when I'm digging into the research. Like, this is my jump off. Uh,
right,
you kick off the edge of the pool, and you're already halfway through the water. Uh,
right.
so Yeah, it being prepared, even a little prepared. So I'm glad Spectre helped that. That's dope.
Yeah.
Kay, what did you think of the Face Off series?
I liked it. I mean, I started with the 2000 XL.
Okay.
So to go from latest to that project, which was done maybe what like 2 years before, it was an interesting change of pace.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And I give Filth a hard time because for the first one, which yeah, first one was damn, that's crazy. First one was 2 years ago, um, and we came out the ballpark with like the samples everybody samples, right? Like a lot of stuff you've heard before, and not that there's anything wrong with reusing a sample. I do it all the time and using the same samples as anybody. There's not anything wrong with that, but I think we could have done better. I always joke with him about that, like, and that's how we got to Face Off too, where like we really found like our groove of working together. Like I like listening from Face Off 1 to Face Off 2, like to me Face Off 2 is like damn, like we did that. Like Face Off 1 concept right there, like it's funny, gets people invested, covers funny. Um
Yeah.
and the beats are good. Don't get me wrong, we got good beats on there, but like Face Off 2, we clearly are going Super Saiyan and we're not just Kaioken times 10.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's Run the Jewels 2 is the best Run the Jewels out, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, you get a second crack at it. It's like, oh, this is fucking great, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like the first one's calibration. The second one is like, all right, cool. This is where we're at.
I love that. The first one is calibration. That is a great way to think about it. Um, and so, yeah, the 2000 XL Space Odyssey highlights something about you that I think is awesome, right? Um, and because we have Teller Banks, we have Sleep Sinatra, we have all these, you know, crazy people, sequences we expected, but then we have like Chris Cernza, Kiff, aka the only one, Fredman, like you are like, look, I trust the people around me. These people are dope. I'm gonna give them like bring them in. Like you use your resources. You know who's good, um, and it's an open door.
Yeah.
It feels that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I only work with the best. No. But like all of these people except for Ratman Gavin, who lives in South Africa, so
Right, right.
obviously haven't met him. And who else? There's and Sleep are the only two, and Chris Crenza, the only three people I haven't met in person. Everybody else I've met, like well, I sequence. We've only met once in the 10 years we've known each other, but like that's the homie. We did that show in North Carolina last
Yeah.
year. Like Barry Marrow, like I've worked on music with him since I started working on music. Like that's my dog. Like real life. Like he lives 10 minutes away from me, right? Ayashi on every project pretty much that I've done in the last 5 years. Me and him worked at Barnes and Noble together. That's how we met. Like we started working together and we started and he was like, "Oh, is that MF Doom?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I make beats." And I was like, "I make beats." And we started hanging out. And
It's
like,
awesome.
yeah, and like that's one of my best friends. Barry Marrow's one of my best friends. Like the real life people I know. Like uh Jesse Ramos, I did a show with him in Philly and I was like, "This kid's crazy. Like I need to get him on my project." And Pages, Jersey legend, like Teller,
Sure.
just met when he came on tour. Like, and there are people and Kiff, I went to high school with. Like that's like, and we were cool, but like I got him a job where I was working at this weed place, and we started making music together. And like I taught him how to make beats, and he's been rapping the whole time, and like his rapping's only gotten better. And it's like people need to hear this. That was the first 8% was the first song recorded at Ayashi's house, with like them in the set. Like we were all there, and I was like, all right, hell yeah, like I really like this is a good jumping off point. And yeah, man, like I just people that like I've seen perform live and I respect. Like funny enough, I've met Green Slime. I know he doesn't remember it, but I met him back back in DC when he was on tour with Mick Jenkins DJing for him. And at the end of the show, he was out like outside kicking it, and me and my wife were smoking a joint, and I was like, "Yo, you're Green Slime, right?" Like that, he was like, "Yo, send me beats," and I never did. That was 5 years ago, and like now off of Rich Jones, like
Right.
I've gotten like Green Slime did that video, the Ghost Dog video, which is like the homage to Ghost Dog. That shit is
Yep.
crazy. And then he did that joint with me and Mikey and Rich. And Mikey's the homie too. Like these are all people I know and I respect. And like I was like you all can bar out in your own different way. And like I need y'all on this. And there's people that I reached out to that didn't get on it. You know, life, right? Like I'm not gonna press people because I got my own life going on. So if it's not working out, it's not working out. We'll get something when it's going. Like Hayes was supposed to hop on it.
Right.
You know, I was trying to get Wolfie and Benji Socrates on it, but you know,
Oh, yeah.
shit pans out when shit pans out. Like I'm not trying to force anything either.
No, it makes sense. I mean, but yeah, usually when you hear a producer album, okay, there's almost like it can be stressful. Like it's like it's the producer's opportunity to prove themselves, right?
Hmm.
And the diversity of their sound. So they're trying to front load bangers, you know, and they're trying to get you the biggest names in their address book on the SIF and like
Right.
hit you with it, and like it works sometimes. Sometimes you're like, oh shit, this is crazy. And like, but sometimes it's not. And this just felt like you were invited to a party.
Yeah, yeah. Which is funny. I don't like going to parties, but this, yeah. I mean, I cared about this. I've been working on this since I got the 2000 XL last summer. And I thought of the pun, like, you know, Twitter, you're just thinking of dumb shit. And I thought of 2000 XL, a Space Odyssey. And then I thought of the monolith. And I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna put the 2000 XL over the monolith. You know what? I'm gonna make a project. I hadn't had a project where I got rappers on it in a minute. And, you know, like I said, it's all people I fuck with, like that I have other work with in the tuck.
Sure.
Um, like that I'm like, I'm trying to put something together. Like, and I did the same thing I do when I sell beats to people or people are just, you know, trying to like when Sequence hits me up, like I'll send them the folder that I'm adding beats to consistently, the untitled folder.
Yeah.
And I would just make beats on the 2000 XL combined sometimes with the Live 2. But the 2000 XL was part of every beat. That's why that was also part of the challenge. I was like, I got a new machine. I got to learn it. I got to learn how to use it. And, you know, just finding the right people that fit. And I did it more so in the sense of what I think producer albums do wrong sometimes, at least I'm assuming, is like, I made this beat for you, here, rap over it. And it's like, all right, now that person, just like when somebody hits me with a prompt, now that
Yeah.
rapper just needs to be like, all right, well, I guess I'll write something to this, right? Like I gave them the folder of the 30, 40 beats I had, whatever. And I was like, tell me which one you like, and I'll set it aside. So when I send this to somebody else, they're not going through it and picking that one too. And I don't have to deal. I didn't force collaborations. Like, you know,
Right.
where I think a lot of people just like cut and paste verses together when they get one verse from somebody online and another verse from somebody online, and then it's got to fit, which is part of what we're in right now. That's just how the underground scene works. But I don't think that always sounds as organic. And not to say I had a session with everybody on here, but it was more so like letting them have the freedom to find the one, like, are you down? Cool. Here's these beats. Tell me what you like. If you need it doubled, let me know. And if you don't hear anything, all right, like I'm not gonna force it. You
Yeah.
know, a Teller, I sent him, I think 6 different beats, and he was like each one, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this one. He's like, nah, like I haven't gotten anything to it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And like I ended up making another beat. I think I called it Battlefield Earth because I was just thinking of that shitty ass movie. And he was because he was like, "Yo, like we're in a group chat with all the drug money producers," and he was like, I'm on something right now. I need something evil." And I had just made it, and I was like, "Yo, like, is this evil enough? Like, is this dark enough for what you're looking for?" And it worked out, but like, it was never like a trying to force somebody to fit into a puzzle they don't fit in. Like, I wanted people to be part of it if they wanted to, and if something spoke to them, not like I need you on this beat. This is the beat I made. I'm asking you to get on the verse, which is what I've done in the past for producer albums, and I think that can stagnate the growth of the song and the organicness. And like, you could tell when somebody cares versus you can tell when somebody doesn't care and they're just doing it because they got to do it.
Yep. And Kay, I could hear that organic coming together of people in the 2000 XL Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
How did you feel about it?
You know what I liked about it is there was a certain looseness of it to me. What I liked about it, and it worked for me because it felt like almost every song was like a sketch or a vignette. So you would hear the song, and then you would just go to the next sketch or the next vignette.
Right.
So there was a sort of like, because I think a lot of rap, like a lot of producer albums, maybe they try to have an overarching structure that kind of stifles the whole project and all, because it's like, oh, these songs, like you're trying to make these songs connect, but they don't really have a connection. So I just like, that's what I liked about the 2000 XL. It felt like free flowing, just vignettes of rappers really like barring out.
Just an incredible appetizer sampler.
Yeah.
You know, you got the Pages flavor over here. You got the, you're getting all your flavors, man.
Yes. And it's not trying to give you like full course meal. Like I can't remember like if were there any hooks on this?
The only hook is the Pages joint,
Yeah.
and he did it. He kind of like co-engineered that song. He put a lot of those sound effects on that one. Like he had a crazy mix for it before, but I'm a control freak when it comes to my music, and I was like, I love your mix, but can I get the stems? Like, I won't change it, and if you don't like it, like we can figure it out. But like, yeah, that's the only that as far as and the 8% joint. Kif kind of does like this is KI 2Fs. They say I'm who's next, but it's only like in the beginning, like it bookends his verse, and it's also like his first time rapping, I think, as Kif, if I'm not mistaken, because he had a different name he was going under before. So like for him, it's kind of like, here I am, like this is like kind of like classic hip hop, where like hip hop, like they're spelling it out, but like it sounds fresh, at least to me.
And I think that works great for the project.
Yeah.
Like, what was you mentioned intentionality at a little bit earlier. What was your intention for this project when you were starting out?
The intention really was like, I got a new drum machine, and I want a reason to like like, I'm a type of person where it's like I need to do something, and I need something out of like every day, and it's a gift and a curse, like not always a good thing, but like I want to be forced to put out my best quality from what I'm doing. And if I'm intentionally, and I didn't make each beat thinking like, all right, yeah, I made Chameleon Twist, now I got to make Monolith, like kind of like I never did any of that. I made beats the way I normally make beats. There were days I didn't use the 2000 XL. Those beats didn't get into the list. And like, my intention was really to do a producer album with people that I fuck with, like, and show off my skills and show off and try to get people that don't normally listen to me or normally listen to the people I have featured, listen to them. And again, have something that I'm proud of. Like, I gotta move my hands. Like, I gotta do something. Right. And walk away. And I also wanted a reason to use this cover.
Right,
and
right.
I had the idea, and then Chop hit me up about like I was like, somebody bring this to life, and Chop hit me up, and I was like, you know what, like Chop could bring this to life. Crate Chop the Head like could do this, and it was worth it. Like I'm really happy with what, and like the more serious I got about it, the more intentional I was about like how I did things, and then the sequencing at the end. I didn't go in thinking like the green slime verse is going to be first. This is how it's got to start. Like, I got everything back, and I was like, I've been sitting on it too long. I have to finish it. Like, I can't leave this book unfinished forever. So here's how I'm going to finish it. And then, I started sequencing it. I would listen to it on Untitled and be like, all right, that's going together well. Like, they kind of blend together. But I don't like the way this goes into this. And I'd spend time just kind of rearranging the track list, making sure, and then the sound bites go into it, and then like all of that stuff. But just trying to make something that I'm proud of, really, at the end of the day, and practice, sharpen my steel, you know?
It was like, watch me and my friends figure out this new machine,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's cool. That like that it
yeah,
doesn't everything doesn't have to be super deep, Um, and yeah, keep it loose. I love
Yeah.
that. And if you can do a full album of Green Slime and give me a Green Slime album,
yeah. Hey, I'm sending him beats all the time, but it's got to work, right? If it's not speaking to him, it's not speak. I'm trying to. He's working on a Toxic Avenger project. I'm like, let me get beats on that, but nothing's worked for it yet. So it is what it is. I gotta find something that will, and that's when I'll try to intentionally make something like I'm gonna make this for Green Slime, and then hope it works, right? But his verse, I was happy as hell when I got that verse back.
incredible.
I've been playing that at shows for the last 6 7 months. I'm rapping almost every word, the words that I can rap. You know what I mean? Like his verse on that. Like I was, man, yeah, would love to do a project with Green Slime.
Go project.
He's a great rapper.
Did Drug Money like so? Uh, Kay, how was your reaction to Drug Money? Like, how did you feel taking that in?
Oh man, I mean, I loved the energy of the project. So I listened to 2000 first, then the Face Off, then Drug Money was the last project, and the energy of it really jumped off of the page for me.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, Teller records just like that. Like his energy that he's got on those songs, like he's up and moving when he's rapping, like arms move, like he's you can feel it.
Yeah.
He told us a story, Kay, when he was here, that he said he nailed a verse, and his energy was so crazy and high from it, he like ran out of the door, jumped a fence, and like ran down the block.
I could see that. I could see
Get
that.
his levels back.
I could see that.
That's like that, and I've never forgotten. I think that story is like, okay, that's how this person, like,
Yeah.
their energy feeds this.
We were making beats at Phil's house when the McKinley tour got canceled. So Teller pulled up to us in Jersey, and he thought he was in Philadelphia. That shit was funny as hell. He said, I thought I was in Philly until Phil told me we were over the bridge. He's like, nah, we're in Pennsauken. Like what? Like he was building deck furniture for Phil's wife while we were in there making beats for the next project. Like he's got energy, and like he's literally I came back from picking up Ayashi, and he's in the room like arms out, standing up. Everybody else is outside to give him the room so he can record, and like you could hear him clearly from outside, but like you could see the energy. Then like he comes out, he's like, I just fucking killed that shit, and just fucking yeah, like yeah, funny ass dude, good dude.
Yeah, that's awesome. The when I first heard it, I didn't know what to do with it. Like I knew it was unique sounding, right? I
Yeah,
knew that Teller was going hard on it. Teller's got a lot of different lanes,
yeah,
right? So
definitely.
and I didn't know where to put this. My initial thing was like, I guess this is like, white folks stole my house, kind of like. There's a vengeful tone to it. It's like really. So I didn't know what to fully do with it. Um, and honestly, the podcast appearances you've had on Real Notes and Rap Music with Podcast have really helped me reconnect with it
Yeah.
and get to the other levels of it. And now, like the story of it, it's bonkers. Uh,
Yeah.
and for those who haven't heard those other podcasts, so you guys, Q no name, Q no rap name, Phil Spector, right? You guys all got
Hey,
together.
Yashi too. Yeah,
Ayashi,
Yashi
yep.
too. Yeah.
And you guys kind of just made beats, and you said, I can hear Teller Banks on this. And you got how much did you guys send over at that first initial time?
First session was like 10 beats. And Q was again intentional. The sessions that we did, he was in this like zone of like, I have a list of rappers I want to send beats to. He was like, if any of us are linking up to make beats, we're sending them to somebody. And like he had a whiteboard on his wall of like rappers listed out. And I saw Taylor Banks and I hit the Ayo, like you know what I mean? Like that he's always hitting on the ed joints and everything. And Q, I guess after we left, it's on the person's shoulders to finish the beats, mix it, whatever. So Q added his little bit of sauce on top of everything.
Mhm.
He sent the untitled folder to Teller. And then I guess a day later, Teller adds all of us in a group chat and he's like, who the fuck opened the portal? Like, which one of y'all is drawing pentagrams on the floor? And he sent us back like 6 joints. Like he's like, I need more right now. And it was like around Christmas, once he hit us back, like in that like really busy time. And we all got shit to do, but we're like, all right, let's lock in a day where we're gonna link up again. And we linked up again. We lost some of those beats. We had some great beats in that session, and then we linked up again in I think it was April or March with Ayashi on that session, and made another like 8 or 10 beats and sent it to him. And he did the other half of the project. Two separate mind states. Like he was going through a lot in November, December. He started to, like he said, he sobered up. He stopped drinking. Went through some things and kind of put that story together after the fact. But yeah,
So when you get those first 6 songs back, like are you picking up on a storyline? Are you picking up on what's going on? How are you feeling when you get those back?
no, not a storyline per se, because when he sent it back, he executive and like produced the whole thing in the sense of track listing and mixing and mastering and everything. Um, he sent it to us in a different order. It started with Uncle Remus Chicken, and went in a completely different order. Kind of told a different story, and again, his energy on it was just like, damn, like he's getting evil on this shit. Like he's got like, and I'm just hype. I got a battery in my back because I'm like, all these songs are crazy. I don't remember what we did on each
Yeah.
beat. I don't remember who did what, and I'm hearing. I love as a producer, I love when I hear like good raps over my beats because I when I first started, I was always told like your shit's hard to rap on, and it's like, all right, bet, like cool, like that's how you feel, that's fine, whatever. And but like once people started finding the pockets, like and hearing stuff, you're like, all right, hell yeah, like it's just motivation. I felt motivated. I was like, yeah, we got to link back up. We got to get them some more. Like we need more than 6 songs.
And I think that is like the common thread between all the producers that were involved in that is like you you all have a really interesting experimental understanding of like timing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, and there's no right way to do it, like and just like Face Off too, like and Filth has made stuff with Q before, like we all have different ways that we make beats. So whoever's house you're going to, you're kind of at, at their mercy of how you're gonna work that day, so to speak. Like you're working off the live too if you're coming to my crib with a little bit of 2000 XL sprinkled in. Um, like cues, you're working off of Ableton with whatever you brought, and like he's doing crazy science in the DAW, and like yeah, like is it's something that everybody brings to the table, and we know when to step back and be like, I don't have anything else for this one. Like, you want to hop in? Cool. Like, leaving it. And that's another thing of being intentional of like, yeah, I'm intentionally stopping right here because if I keep going, I'm fucking this up.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. It's um it's a lot. But you guys forged something that just became a different beast.
Yeah.
And the reaction to it, I feel like there's a ripple reaction to it of people being like, "Holy shit, you could do that?"
Yeah. Yeah. I give Teller the credit on like giving us the credit in the titles, right? I think if he didn't do that, I don't know if it would take off as much as it did and pique as much interest if he just said that, like, yeah, like we produced like the album, but didn't put each and every one of us on every song
Yeah.
title, because we all had something to do with it, whether it was mixing it in some way or literally, like Q literally got up off the couch half asleep, laid some hi-hats down. He's like, I'm gonna go sit back down. And then like
Yeah, I mean, it was say like the smart part from Teller's perspective. Teller, I think it was just like a very ethical thing. Like when he
yeah,
explains it is like, I want to make sure everybody gets the credit. But from telling the story of the album thing,
yeah,
if you did something wild and crazy and experimental in creation of the album, that needs to be the story of the album when you tell it.
yeah, yeah,
You
definitely.
tell that story. And putting all the credits that way and putting the explanation on the Bandcamp, like that made it front and center of like, oh, this shit is different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And people could hear it and oh, these beats sound weird because of the story. It's different, right? And I think that helped people connect with how different it is, um, in a way that they didn't dismiss it. You know,
yeah, yeah, for sure.
it's yeah, it's and yeah, that's just a good understanding of what to do. And I think people are starting to give Teller credit as someone who has pushed the envelope as a creator in lots of important ways. Like,
Yeah,
um, like he has influence in this. People are watching, people are learning from what he's doing, and I think that's dope. You
yeah.
know?
No, he was like the mastermind behind the whole thing, you know. And credit to him too. And I said it in the other interviews, but like he wasn't trying to force shit either. Like he wasn't telling us like double this, do that, this, that, and the third. Like he took what he got from us and he made it work for him, or he's like, yeah, these ones aren't. And there were songs that got cut off, and I don't know where to find them on Untitled anymore. But there was like 5 joints that didn't make the first Drug Money, and then we got Hate Island, and there's man, like the next one's better. Like I've been listening to the next one at least once a day. Um, yeah, like and it yeah, it's cool to see, and it's cool to see after all these years. Like yeah, we're building something in the sense of like a city. Like you got pillars in this stuff, and it may not seem like it at first or from far away, but like I mean, I can't count how many albums Teller's put out in the last whatever, and he's got all this stuff orchestrated in his mind how it's gonna go, you know.
Right.
And his he was like, you know, him and I'm I'm not terminally, I don't know, not even terminally, they're not, but like they had emails. They were getting ready to send stuff too. Like we had the group chat where we were plotting the whole time on how to put this out and how to get it there. Like his dad did the album cover. Like,
That's
you
dope.
know, everything was intentional and nothing was forced, and like nothing was just there to be there. Just as like a filler space. Like everything had its reason. And when we sent that third batch back, or really second, because the second was lost. Um, he like it like he had an aha moment and like restructured the whole thing,
Right.
changed mixes on some, and it became this story that he's talking about where it's really crazy to see. And the next one is a continuation of that story, which is you know
It's weird. Like once you create this thriving creative space, right? With whether it's small, whether it's large, once you do that, you then have to switch into caring for it.
yeah, yeah,
And so sometimes that's being patient, right? And being like Steve Kerr on the sideline, just sitting, and sometimes it's, you know, shaking things up, getting in the face of the work and changing it. So yeah, knowing when to push those buttons, man, that's a special skill.
definitely.
But yeah, that's and you learning how to become a part of the collective, a productive part of the collective that contributes versus having control over all this stuff yourself. What talk about the lessons from that process?
Yeah, I think to echo what I've been saying the whole time, like just being able to be happy with something and not stress yourself about it. Like, don't shoot yourself in the foot and tell somebody why you don't like it. Like, and not not mixing. I love and hate mixing, but like it's like one of those things where if I'm doing it, I want my best thing out there. And like Teller's mixes to me as a listener and a fan were great. Like everything cut through, but it wasn't on top of the beats. Like, just being able to be happy with something and not nitpick, and still being able to say like I think this should be changed a little bit or whatever, but like also knowing like other people don't agree with it, and doesn't, if 3 out of 4 say yeah, then cool.
Let it
Like,
go. Let it
yeah,
go.
let it go.
Yeah.
And that's also something I just learn and work. Like you pick your battles in a sense of like learn how to step away from stuff that's going to stress you. And not to say this collaboration would stress you, but like pick your battles. Like know what's worth stressing over and know when to enjoy the moment.
Yeah, it's like gaining levels of control. I always think about it like the difference between a light switch and a
Mhm.
dial.
Yeah, yeah,
You're like you've got dim now. You've got like you've got like all kinds of levels of this control that you exercise versus before it was, a little bit more of a switch.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's a crazy project, man. It's a crazy project.
Thank you. Yeah, couldn't
Um,
have done it without them, and we're gonna keep doing more. Like they're, with working with them and Ayashi, like I'd rather make beats in person with people in person with people than what I used to do when I started, and like the collabs from like the first 5 years, not all 5 years, because me and Ayashi have projects that we dropped, and me and my homie Bub Solutions, but like it's just something about making the music together in person than just being like, all right, here's some drums I did, have fun, and like being able to be in a session, and like even with Filth bringing drums, I still have the freedom to change stuff, and he can still add his creative part to it as
right.
well, and not just like, cool, here's this jump off point, and now it's basically just you're going to a loop library. Like you get that organic collaboration, you get somebody's feedback that you may not see it that way, and then you see it their way, and oh shit, okay, cool, that's a good idea. Then you start doing that a little bit yourself, and you know just in-person collaboration is like really the best thing for it. And then when it's not, knowing when to not ask too much of the one side, or you know, yeah, I just think in-person stuff and being able to meet Teller in the midst of the release of it all, like seeing that like all of us have like chemistry and working together, and just as like that's like we're friends now. Like that's my friend. You know what I mean? Like
That's dope. Yeah.
making music with people that you're friends with, as opposed to be like, we need to collab. You're a person, I'm a person, and
Right.
we should make music together. Like me, like we hang out, like we're friends, you know, and it becomes more and more organic, and you don't try to force stuff that doesn't need to be forced.
Right, because the respect level is so high that you cut through a lot of nonsense you would get in a transactional interaction.
Right, right. That's the perfect word. And even in real life, you still have those transactional interactions, and knowing when to say no to those things. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not worth my energy. Like, we could be cool, but like, I know you're hitting me up because of this. I know you're trying to collab because of this. Um, I'd just rather be like, we shoot the shit at some shit. We shoot the shit, and like we connect on something, or like making fun of something, and like, yo, you want to, like, you make beats, you want to come over and kick it sometime, we'll make something. Like just like the way I met Ayashi, like, is that MF Doom? Like we weren't, like, we were working together. It wasn't anything before that, and we started making music together. We hang out. Like that's my boy. You know, like that's my homie. That's my friend. And I think that can go a long way in collaboration. And you saw it in stuff like Odd Future. You see it in stuff like Wu Tang. And then the bigger both of those groups get, and the further apart they get away from each other,
Sure,
the
sure.
less they work together. Because you're not gonna just make music because I need the Cardi B feature, I need the
Yeah.
Sexy Red feature. Like, you know, like you could tell when rappers get those features that I need my streams up. I need you to pay attention because I got this feature and the label made this happen for us because we're on the same parent label. Like, there's none of that. Like, it's we're friends. We got the same idea of what we like and what we make, and you know, we're gonna try to make some stuff. And not everything comes out. I got tons of music in the vault that just isn't gonna come out, and that's okay too.
That's okay.
Mhm.
Okay, what else? What other questions you got, man?
No, I mean I'm all set. I mean, that was a great conversation.
Yeah, I thought we covered a lot of really dope shit.
For
Absolutely.
sure.
Recommendation corner time.
Wow, shit.
Talking about what we're bumping here. Couple of things. The fun music is coming. It's hitting. Like we had all the really artistic, cool shit, and now it's time. And still snowing with Jeezy and DJ Drama drops.
Uh, Hell yeah, I gotta peep that. I still haven't
It's
peeped.
Mm.
so fucking fun. It's so fucking fun.
I heard the beat selection was fire on it.
It's real good.
Yeah.
And DJ Drama still yelling wild shit. He's great at that.
He said he called himself Jeffrey Drama one time. I was like,
Yeah,
yo,
he's
that's not.
wild, dude. He's wild. He comes up with them. So the the cool kids are coming back.
Oh yeah, that new pro.
Um,
They got Pink Sifu on there.
they have a high top album called High Top Fade. Yeah, they had a single 95 South that just dropped. It comes out on the 10th of October. I am hyped for that shit.
Hell
Hype.
yeah, cool kids. Cool kids are underrated, but you know, appreciated. I think at the time they came out, they didn't get enough love, but it's cool now seeing like people. I mean, like Gone Fishing, fucking their
Right.
first take. Like, there's so many songs I still go back to. I'm like, yeah, Chuck English is nasty on the drums. Like he's crazy, a crazy producer.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely super influential, you know.
Yeah,
Uh,
Mikey rocks too. Style of
yeah.
rapping.
Oh man, Sir Michael Rock's dope.
Sir Michael rocks.
So I would say the third is the lyrical star of 2000 XL, A Space Odyssey, Barry Morrow, Mothman 2.
Okay, hell yeah, that's
Um,
my
that
ye-
project surprised me. I was into it. I was into it.
yeah. What was your
Crazy.
favorite joint?
A lot of crazy relationship stuff.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
lot of kind of singing. I was interested in it, man.
yeah. He's got all his favorite rapper is Cardi, but like right now, but his favorite rapper of all time is Lil Wayne, and like knowing like re-listen to like the songs where he's like rapping, knowing that, and like you'll hear like I always hear like oh 07, oh 08 Wayne like at his prime, like that's how I even when he messes up a word here or two, because that's my boy. Like he called Earthworm Jim Spaceworm Jim, but it was too late. He was gone. I was like, we're rocking with it. You're getting on the album. But
Hilarious.
yeah, Mothman too, man. He came crazy with that. There's a lot of joints that I go back to. Lulu is my joint on there.
But the one that I was like most like, holy shit, this is happening, is Miami.
Miami. Okay. I think that maybe I may be wrong. No, that's not that's Bizarre, I think, if I'm not wrong.
That was
Ayashi is all over that project.
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Ayashi is all over that project. That man's versatile as hell with the
And
production.
you were with Benoit, right? You
Yeah, I did. That's me and Ayashi actually on Benoit, because me and Ayashi used to have Sunday sessions a lot more frequently, but life be life.
that's
Um,
true. That's true.
But Benoit is one of them ones. Me and Barry got a whole tape in the tuck. Man, probably two tapes in the tuck. But Mothman too. I'm happy to hear you say that. He'll be happy to hear you say that.
Yeah, dude, I was into it, man. I was like, it was 2000 XL Space Odyssey had me looking up Barry Morrow shit. Like, man, I need to hear more. Um, so yeah, and if you have that reaction after hearing 2000 XL Space Odyssey, run up Mothman 2.
Hell
Uh,
yeah.
what are you bumping, Kane?
Um, man, I haven't. The new Teller Banks, Hate Island, that we don't have a release date yet for, but I've been pumping that a lot. The new Clips album. Still in rotation for me. Not the whole thing. There's a couple that I fell off of a little bit. And then I don't know what else have I been listening to. Sheesh. I was hyped to see Jay Electronica drop a lot, but I was disappointed in how many just YouTube clips he basically just had all over that shit. Um, I'm not spinning anything off the top of my head that I'm like constantly spinning except for the stuff that I'm working on. And jazz. I got Bobby Humphrey in rotation all the time. I got
Oh,
yeah.
that's the other one I got to shout. Okay, a gyroscope recommendation corner.
Mm.
Because Gyroscope had Overdue with Iceberg Theory, right? That came out,
Legend.
and one of the things that got recommended was Yusef Days,
Okay.
the Black classical music, I believe it's called. Um, and that shit is crazy.
Yeah, jazz, man. I mean, I don't honestly know
Black
Yusef
classical
Days.
music. Yep, yep. That
I'm
shit
gonna have,
front to back is nasty.
I'm gonna have to check him out. I haven't heard
Nasty.
Yusef Days, but I'll definitely check
Yeah.
this out.
I think that was IB Focus recommendation. I think you gotta give love to IB Focus. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Going through that, yeah.
Yeah, no,
So,
other than that, I can't. I'm fucking weed has killed my brain, so I can't. I
that's
gotta I
true.
gotta look at my Apple Music to see what I've actually been listening to. But really, like my Untitled is what I've been going through a lot of, just what we're working on, and listening to that, and then like what the homies are working on, because I got untitled folders of just like the homies music and listening to Q's new stuff or Phil's new stuff. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. I wish I had a better
Yep,
answer right now, but like
yep.
stuff you won't hear for a minute.
Yeah,
Mm.
man. That's cool. That's cool. Um, so Kay, what are you bumping?
Uh, Only thing new is Doja Cat's new album, V.
I didn't get all the way through it.
I mean, it's fun. It's like you were saying, the fun music is coming.
Yeah, I didn't get all the way through it. It seemed fine. But yeah, and there was a great, as this lady wrote, I forget her name. She on Consequences of Sound. She wrote a great breakdown
Mm.
of the issues that Doja Cat has had, where like she'll release an album and then shit on it and shit on her previous albums, and like she'll like. So there's a question of like what does Doja Cat like about her music? Like where is she at? She's an interesting artist.
That's out shooting herself in the foot. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
She is like smarter than her music comes out. And it's weird.
That's a good way to put it. I could see what
She's
you're
a
saying.
crazy hip hop head.
Yeah.
She's nuts with it. She's funny and interesting, and the music never really fully hits as interesting as she.
I think it's the curse of blowing up off of a meme song.
Yeah, that might be real. That might be real.
Like it's people are always expecting the punchline
Bite-sized chunks.
or bite-sized chunks. So yeah, they're looking for the clickbait, like the clickbait shit.
Yeah, I mean, and she's one of the artists where her success is kind of working against her.
Yeah,
in a way.
Yeah,
It stifles her.
Yeah,
definitely. Oh, the new Earl. I will say the new Earl is fire. I fuck with the new Earl.
Oh, I love that shit.
Yeah. Theravada went crazy on those beats.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Theravada. Shout out Theravada. It seemed like he had a rainy day folder for when like these if heavy hitter comes, this is what I'm giving.
Yeah.
I also wanted to shout out my car dice.
Yes.
That I got when we had that car day in New York.
Rest in peace.
And I love my card dice. Keep them on my desk. Always using them. Love the card dice. So, follow Killer Kane on Bandcamp. Buy his stuff on Bandcamp Friday.
Please.
Follow him on social media.
Yeah, I'm my socials are terrible. Twitter is Killer Kane Beats. Instagram is R Leader Kane. People have the plain Killer Kane tag, and now I'm too afraid to change it and try to get that, to something to make it clearer. So I'm rocking with what I got right now. But
and tip him on OnlyFans.
If you can find me,
Don't just buy the basic theme. So thank you for being here. This was exactly what we wanted it to be. I guess in closing, I would say thank you for the new subscribers. Thank you for the new followers, for the new listeners. Anyone out there who has any thoughts on Benjamin Netanyahu, email them to KDiggy.
Fuck that guy.
Please don't.
Any thoughts?
Please don't.
Good, bad,
Fuck
KDiggy
Benjamin
at AOL.com.
Netanyahu.